Hey, what's up, everyone? Morey Croson here from the Performance Lab of California, and we're going to do another speed breakdown here today on Fred Kerley. Fred Kerley really participates mostly in the 400 meter, and that's what we're going to break him down here today. But I thought something that would be great and something that's really interesting to start off with here is to really dive deep into the arm swing and what makes the arm swing important. The reason I say that and why it's good with Fred Kerley is because you could tell if you look at him and his upper body compared to some of the guys, and it's better when you see like the whole thing, but this is a good analogy here. He's a lot bigger than most, and if you watch some of the videos, he's a lot bigger than most other sprinters, and mostly in the upper body and lower body. So he's definitely spent some time in the weight room, spent some time developing his muscles, but it seems to really pay off for him. If you go through and watch this, watch him run, watch how he really spends he's very short in his arm swing, so to compare him to like the guy here, and they're actually pretty close in the race, but notice how fast that he goes back and how his muscles are very, very tight here. But then he comes right back through, and he's very quick in bringing it through, and he's also very powerful in bringing it through. And he doesn't necessarily lack range. He still gets the elbow pretty high up, maybe not all the way up to the shoulder, but he just gets back there really quickly just because he drives that elbow kind of back to the side first and then comes back to kind of straighten it out and then drives forward, right? Because he has a little bit more rotation here in the spine, which makes it so now he has to really reach back, or gives him the ability to really reach back, and then when he comes through, he uses that core and he uses his pec to really connect and drive him forward, and then he gets that good spine now to the other way, that good rotation the other way, and as he's turning, that's what makes it so now the elbow goes from kind of flaring out to the side to being back in a good position where now he could really activate that pec as he drives back through. Okay, and really going off to kind of the side like that makes it so he's able to engage more of like the lat serratus, which is more on the outside here. And then as he gets into that rotation and opens that up, now he can get that elbow back under control and really drive through. So and this makes it so he kind of ends up actually shortening his arm swing, but is getting a lot more power out of each one of his arm swings, which I thought was a very important thing to take note of. I mean, whenever you see somebody who has a lot of upper body strength and is still a high level sprinter, you know, everything they're doing is, or a high-level runner, really high-level athlete in general, everybody's efficient. And when you're talking about high-level athletes, and so when I saw that he was a big guy, I thought, okay, there's got to be something that he does when he's running that we can go in and get some good information from. So definitely cool to be able to see that when he was running. So now we'll go and look into his whole overall running form. Notice here when he's going, again, he's a overall, you know, when you see the whole field, he's a good-sized guy. But he does a lot of the same fundamentals from the lower body. I mean, I always say that one thing that stands out amongst the top guys is that all of them have a lot of the same fundamentals here. He does a good job of getting that knee up and extending out. He could probably work a little bit on that knee pull. He has a little bit when he's driving that leg through. He has a little bit of like supination in the foot. You can see how it's kind of turned, and this probably makes it so when he drives back through, he's able to eliminate some of that pronation. But notice how when he touches the ground, he doesn't spend very much time on the ground. And really all the guys that are competing here, as soon as their feet touch the ground, they're getting right back off the ground very, very quickly. And he does a really good job too here, this is switching from one to the other, of not crossing. If you notice like where his foot lands, the next feet end up going, and he doesn't spend much wasted motion in each one of his steps. Like notice this guy, how he's about to how he kind of crosses over with his steps, right? See how his feet or his legs are kind of crossing over there? Okay, you don't really want to do that. You want to make it so your feet are more going straight ahead the whole time. Okay, and it seems like Fred Kerley does a pretty good job of not wasting very much time going side to side. Again, especially when we're talking about the 400, all about being very efficient. Watch the guy here in this lane. Notice how he's crossing over a good amount. Okay, that's going to end up being inefficient. Okay, so you don't want to spend too much time doing that. Now, what I think is where Fred Kerley really excels, so you can see where he's going into the curve, where he's kind of at in the race, and he does a pretty good job catching everybody up here. And I think the reason that he's able to really make a big catch on guys during that curve, I mean, he really starts driving here hard, but he kind of has like a weird rotation in his body where he's able to really end up balancing a lot in his lower. So his lower body is able to be very efficient. We already saw that in the long, when we were just seeing it from the side. So he's not going to end up crossing over too much here. But because of how his spine rotation is, and he has a little bit more spine rotation, I think that helps him really balance as he's really trying to catch up and get more speed through running these curves. Okay, so when you see him running in the, and you'll probably see it here as he gets going. Or let's go back a little bit here. Notice when he's running here, and we saw it from the other view, how he has a good amount of rotation in that T-spine, right? So see how he's shifting back and forth, getting that rotation. We talked about it just before here too with the arm swing. Now when he gets into this curve, he kind of locks up a little bit in that T-spine and is able and uses much more arms, and how he has that elbow coming out to the side. And I think that helps him really balance and get control of the core, and as he's trying to drive through, get to that top end speed. And now as he gets through the curve, now he's locked in that position, and now his spine is in good extension. He's really in an upright position, really able to maximize his sprinting form. I think his top end speed here, there's some form things that he could probably work on. He's not getting that leg out as good as like LaShawn Merritt was doing, where he's really opening up his stride, right? You could see how him compared to some of those like really great 100-meter sprinters, where they get those knees up and they really get that foot out in front here. See how his knees coming more back rather than getting that foot out in front and then really driving back. He can do a little bit better job of getting that really good top end speed. This knee didn't even really get into full extension. See how I didn't get all the way in there? Compared to even this guy. This guy's doing a better job of getting a little bit more extension than pulling back. So he could probably get a little bit better on the top end speed, but the thing is, he got such a great momentum going out of that 200 that now he just goes and coast, gets into the lead, and then now he's in the lead, now he's able to win the race. And really, he does a good job of maintaining that efficiency. I mean, I would say what's great about him is, even though he has some inefficiency in the arms that he can maybe work on, I think he does a great job in utilizing that inefficiency to actually help him better balance during the curves, which makes it so it turns into his strength. So definitely some interesting stuff as always, guys. Love doing these breakdowns. Thanks for the recommendation. As always, if you have any questions, shoot me an email, Morey, M-O-R-E-Y, @yourperformancelab.com. Trying to get back to you guys as soon and as fast as I can. I have a bunch of different things going on with all the different online breakdowns and people coming in. So, but I'll get back to you guys. Don't worry, I'll get back. So, and yeah, check out our speed program. Check out our ebook. We're starting to get more people going on the speed program, which is awesome. We'll, as that continues to develop, we'll get you more testimonials, get you more information about how much people have been able to improve through the speed program. And again, if you have any questions about that, you could also email me about that. Morey, M-O-R-E-Y, @yourperformancelab.com. As always, thanks for watching these videos, and we will see you soon.